Some of the moves here for the Chicago Bulls. I think the most notable one as relates to NBA free agency was Thaddeus Young on a 3-year, $41 million deal. Now, I will make note that third year isn't fully guaranteed. There are some protections there. What do you make of this move as it relates to the Bulls and for Thaddeus himself?
That was like the first surprising move of the offseason. It happened really, really fast.
I thought it was JJ.
You thought, what was JJ?
Redick. No,
okay.
JJ was the surprise move.
Okay, I gotcha. Yeah. I thought it was I'll say this, I thought it was a surprising move. I didn't expect him to go to a team that's kind of rebuilding. But he can provide some really good veteran leadership there for the Chicago Bulls. Maybe he can help mentor guys like Lauri Markkanen and Wendell Carter Jr. there. It's not going to push him into the playoffs or anything like that. But he's a quality player, and he's a hustle player. I mean, the guy was like top 3 in three-pointers contested. You know, he was really close up there in charges drawn and then deflections. I mean, he played the passing lanes so well, Thaddeus Young did. And last season, he had pretty good numbers, 12.6 points per game, pulling down nearly 6.5 rebounds, and then he actually showed that he can stretch the floor nearly 35% from 3. I like what Thaddeus Young can bring to a team.
I was a little intrigued that the Bulls went out and added another. Oh, he's not a real big man, but he's a big-ish man, I guess.
Yeah, he can kind of play the 3.
I guess relative to me, he's a huge man.
Right.
But in terms of like his role in the NBA. But I like Thaddeus Young. I think it's not as if like total value, but it's pretty close to it, like in terms of like balancing it out there. But 3 years, 41. They needed another guy that can kind of help play that 3-4 there. I think it's quality. Yeah. So, folks, give us your one-word reaction to the Thaddeus Young signing. We'll give some shout-outs here as well. What's your one-word reaction?
For both sides, not even just for Thaddeus Young, or not even just for the Chicago Bulls, for both sides, it's kind of, my reaction was why? Like, it doesn't really make sense to me. Thaddeus Young, he's an older guy. Like, why not go chase a playoff team? The Bulls are a young rebuilding team. Why go out and get a veteran? It was kind of just like, why? As
I see meh, which I think fits with you there. I see quality. I see bad. I see noise, always good. I see poop. I'll always give a poop shout out there because I'm a child on the inside. Pointless, decent, all right, don't care, who cares? Well, those are 2 words, my bad. Trash, why? I kind of offer on that it's quality, but also why?
Yeah.
Wacky? Yeah. Maybe that's a nice one.
That's kind of a good one. It's just like never really
consistent. That's fair too.
He is a really consistent player. You know, if you want to talk about just Thaddeus Young, super consistent guy. Like the player, don't love the fit there in Chicago.
All right, they also added a point guard here, Tomas Satoransky, coming over from the Washington Wizards. Part of a sign-in trade too there, Jimothy.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about sign trades don't really happen that often, and they've been happening all offseason long. Tomas Satoransky is a really good player. He had a great little run there with the Washington Wizards once John Wall went down, and now the Chicago Bulls get him as a, maybe he plays the point, maybe he plays the 2. You know, they just re-signed Ryan Arcidiacano. I think I could see him coming off the bench with him. I actually kind of like it. I like Satoransky. He's a great three-point shooter and just a quality guy that can run the offense and kind of run the floor, you know?
I'm intrigued by this move. They haven't done it yet, but I think bringing in Tomas is a clear sign that, because Kobe White, of course, is already there, and you and I both love that pick. Clear sign they want to get rid of Chris Dunn.
Yeah.
I think that's their obvious move here.
Yeah, I think they were going to try to get rid of Chris Dunn no matter what, but once they actually got this, they were like, all right, now we can do it. Now, I don't know who the heck is going to take on Chris Dunn. I genuinely have no idea, but somebody will eventually, I guess, maybe? I don't know.
He's still a top 60 point guard in the NBA, I think. So someone can bring him on, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's good defensively. I guess he could be a good backup.
The Lakers can't because it's money. Hawks have a backup point guard, I guess, in Evan Turner, but they could make some sense.
I actually like that. I would say the Atlanta Hawks should be a team that maybe take a flyer on Chris Dunn.
Here are his numbers last year. He played a lot once John Wall went down. I kind of thought the Wizards, when they became their starting point guard, they chose to not go that route. 5 assists, 9 points per game, almost 40% from deep. Those are good numbers for a backup point guard.
Yeah, and he's a bigger guard too, so he can kind of get his way in the paint as well. Again, I love the pickup here for the Chicago Bulls. They didn't really give up anything. It was kind of just a random throw together of a bunch of second-round picks that they just got for Satoransky. I liked it.
All right, folks. So question for you guys with Tomas in here. Who will be the Chicago Bulls starting point guard game 1? White or the other options there? And I guess you can do some there. We'll get to Ryan later, but it's really W or T here.
Well, also,
or I guess WRS.
You could potentially maybe you want to put Kobe White at the shooting guard position because he did play a lot of 2-guard in college. So maybe you want to bring in another point like Satoransky or somebody else. I think it will be Kobe White at the end of the day. But there are options.
Or if White is a little slow to develop there, maybe you go with that one.
Yeah.
No surprise here. It's literally all W's in the comment section.
As it should be.
Kevin Edwards. Kobe White spelled with a C, not a K.
It ain't Kobe Bryant.
Watching out for you there, buddy. All right. Also, the Bulls, they continue to make some re-signings here. This was one that actually came down today, so that ended up being very good timing for us on that front. And it's funny to me how that works out for us here at Chat Sports. Ryan Arcidiacano, as I stumble my way through that. Ryan Arcidiacano, back with the Bulls on a 3-year, $9 million deal. Again, Bulls, I don't think they want Chris Dunn.
Nope. And Ryan Arcidiacano was a quality player off the bench for him. He knows their system. He's been around. He's a smart point guard, pretty good three-point shooter. He got himself a role, and that's what you need if you're going to stick in the NBA. I mean, 3 years. Arcidiacano was coming off being undrafted, and then he comes out here and he gets a 3-year deal, $3 million per year. That's a win for him, and I like the value by the Chicago Bulls, getting one of their own guys back, not having to worry about if he walks in free agency.
This is a good pickup there by the Bulls, getting Arcidiacano, and it made sense, too. It was just a quality pickup for Chicago, just to add up some depth there. All right, Adam Mokoka signed a 2-way deal with the Bulls. This was an undrafted free agency signing, but we'll bring it up anyway. It kind of counts in the end.
Yeah, he is it's undrafted free agent, so we'll bring it up as a free agent addition, I guess here. 2-way contract. This is a guy that I actually thought was going to get drafted out of France. Look, the main reason he's going to get drafted is because he is built like an NBA player and he can defend like an NBA player, but he has no offensive game, so that's why he only gets the 2-way contract here. Now, for those of you who don't really know what a 2-way contract is, basically you can spend, not exactly, but you can basically spend 41 days, that's half the season, with the NBA team, so the Chicago Bulls, and you can spend the other half of the season with the G League team that is affiliated with Chicago. So that's what Adam Mokoka will do this next season. He'll be back and forth, and since the Bulls are rebuilding, I think he'll actually get some run in the NBA.
All right, folks, type S if you're already subscribed here, and if you do type S, don't lie. We'll give some rapid-fire shout-outs here, too, which is really tough. But type S if you're already subscribed here at Chat Sports. We are approaching the 123 barrier. We're at 122,702, so here come the S's in. All right, rapid-fire. Jake, Bonnie, Ryan, Bryce, Adrian, ZHZ, William, Ryan, Mucky Mum, Code Dev, Kaloop, Savage, Original, Bob, Ghostus, Mason, Clay, Jake, Dean, MLB, Joey, Savage, Kamek, Xavier, or was it Xavier? I always say Xavier, let me know.
I say Xavier.
Thank you. The Executioner, great name. Yusuf, Elijah, Brian, Dark Phoenix, Dark Phantom, never mind. Frymaz, Lil, Juan, Fusion, Bobby, Kobe the Goat, Bryce, Jesse, Juan, Master. All right, thank you guys all very much. Keep typing in S. Make sure you subscribe so you guys get a shout out next time around. Also, California Bear got a super chat earlier. All right, now for what the Bulls lost in free agency. Robin Lopez heads to the Milwaukee Bucks. Gets to roll with his brother. It's perfect. It's fitting.
It'll be fun. I like that he did finally get a deal because I like Robin Lopez, and I think he is still a quality backup big man in the NBA. And so now, he goes here. Goes to Milwaukee. Of course, it is a loss for the Chicago Bulls, but not really because it's not like he would have gotten any real playing time this next season. It's just kind of like, okay, whatever. This past season, you can see his numbers right there. He wasn't playing much, if at all.
No, in reality, they have their long-term center in Wendell Carter. Right. They drafted Daniel Gafford. They didn't have a lot of minutes to give Robin Lopez. So makes sense for the Bulls to not bring him back. Makes sense for the Bucks to bring him in as a backup center to help pair with his brother. Because why not? It'll be fun.
It'll be a lot of fun. I like Robin Lopez. Again, I think this is a pretty good pickup here for the Bucks.
All right, folks. Request here for you. Can we get a like on this video? We'd appreciate that. It's always fun. And we assume you guys are sticking around watching because you do like it. So why don't you show us some love there? Give us a like on this one. I'll scroll down and find this here. 304 is the like here. Again, that's about 10% of the actual people watching. So let's throw it in there. 327 just like that too. 344. I'll keep shouting out. So thank you all very much if you've liked the video. I appreciate that. 360 now.
Hey, this is an important one, Tom, as you refresh this.
370.
370. Thank you for your likes. But I got a question for everybody watching. Which Lopez brother do
75.
you like more? It's not which Lopez brother is better, but it's which one do you actually like more? Because I'll be honest, I love Brook Lopez on the court. Robin Lopez is a lot more fun of a guy off the court. He goes around punching mascots. I think he's a fun dude. So put in there B or R, Brook or Robin Lopez. Which one would you choose? Which one's funny?
Robin has the better photo.
Yeah, he absolutely does.
And he's Robin. It's a great name.
He's not the better player.
Someone said, who was that? That was O'Neal Batista said Jennifer Lopez.
I also saw George Lopez. Let us know who your favorite Lopez is in the chat below. If it's Brooke, Robin, George, Jennifer. Those are the only Lopez's I can think of.
Got to 400 likes, by the way, folks. Thank you very much. So to recap those additions here for Chicago, and of course they also have Ryan Arcidiacano on this list too, Thaddeus Young, Tomas Satoransky, and Adam Mokoka, who does count as a UDFA.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously Mokoka and Satoransky kind of fit that youth movement that the Bulls have going right now. Thaddeus Young, not as much. That's kind of why I said why with that one.
All right, so here's the Bulls' current lineup then, and I'll put Chris Dunn on there for now. Maybe it's Tomas at point guard and Hutchinson on there. Felicio's still on that unit as well. Thaddeus Young, Daniel Gafford. Of course, the starters, and it's a promising young core, I think, Jimmy, of Kobe White, Zach LaVine, Otto Porter, Wendell Carter, and Laurie Markkanen. I think is primed for a big, big breakout year too, by the way.
Who?
Markkanen.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree. I think he could be an all-star this next season in the Eastern Conference, potentially. Look, if you look at the starting five, you're like, man, this is a good, fun, up-and-coming team. When you look past that, that's where things get a little bit questionable. So that's probably why they went out and got a Satoransky, and they got Thaddeus Young, and maybe Mokoka turns into something. So what we want you guys to do is grade Chicago's free agency so far. Of course, they added two main guys in Thaddeus Young and Satoransky. They also picked up a two-way player. They lost Robin Lopez, but other than that, they're bringing everybody back. So
what do you give it?
I mean, it's solid. I think it's, besides Thaddeus Young being a little questionable, so that's why I give it a B. But I actually really like the trade for Satoransky.
I kind of give it a B as well. I think it's quality, not great. I do see a lot of D's coming in and C's, which I'm actually, I guess, a little bit surprised by. I mean, it's not one of the best free agencies. It's not like the Bulls are a winner.
No, not.
But I wouldn't call them a loser either.
Yep, I agree.
So I guess maybe a B- there. But folks, let us know what you guys think in the comments section about the Bulls' free agency moves.